Hello everyone. In this problem, we are given heights in an integer array of length n. Based on these heights, we have to determine the area between two heights such that the length of the two heights chosen and the distance between the two is greater than the rest of the pairs of the two heights and their distance. This is the area where there will be more water. Now, let's look at the constraints to get some additional information. We will have at least two elements in the array and the maximum elements can be up to 100,000. Each element will be a positive number ranging from 0 to 10,000. If you look at it from Earth's point of view, 0 is the ground level and the rise can go as high as 10,000, which is also approximately the distance of the atmosphere surrounding the Earth. Now, let's look at the approach. The approach is the famous two pointers. In this problem, you define the left pointer at the start and the right one at the end of the array. The brute force approach would be to iterate through the array twice and then get the maximum answer. The comparison would have happened twice with each element and this would result in a complexity of O of n square. But because the maximum area is also dependent on its width, we can have a maximum area somewhere in the middle of the array only if the height of the containers is increasing as we go inwards. If it is decreasing, we can't have a maximum area somewhere in the middle of the array. So using this approach, let's see how we can solve this problem in a much better manner. Coming to the pointers, we increment the left pointer if the left value of the container is less than the right value of the container, or decrement the right pointer if the right value of the container is less than the left value of the container. Here, we are focusing only on the element which has the maximum height in each iteration. So when we go inward, we have that container that has the maximum height so far and can be compared with the rest. And find the one which maximizes the area with respect to the maximum height that can be found. The other important thing to note here is when considering two bars, we take the bar which has a lesser value out of the two to calculate the area. This is so that the water doesn't overflow. Okay? That was simple. Let's look at the code. We define two pointers, a left one at the start of the array and a right one at the end of the array. This already ensures the maximum breadth when we enter the loop and start iterating. We then need a variable to track the maximum area. The minimum value of the maximum area could be 0. For the smallest test case, which has two zeros and 0 into 1 will be 0. So we will use 0. The fundamental logic is we have to keep iterating in the loop till the left pointer is less than the right pointer. If it is greater, we will just have repeating values which we don't care about. Then, while considering the two values, the heights on the left and on the right, we have to choose the one which is the minimum. So if the element on the left is less than or equal to the element on the right, we take that left value and calculate the area. If not, we take the element on the right and then calculate that area. Here, to come to a key point, we increment our left pointer if it has less value than our right container, and we decrement the right pointer if the right container has lesser value than our left container. In the end, we just return the maximum area. And let's look at a few interesting test cases. So, coming to the time complexity, the time complexity is dependent on the while loop, which will have numerous iterations and that will be linearly dependent on n. We go through the loop only once because of our maximum height trick. So we iterate through the array just once. This will result in us having the time complexity of O of n. The space complexity will be constant. We are just reusing variables throughout the iteration. So it will be O of 1. And that was it for today's video. Please let me know in the comments below how will the problem change if instead of counting the depth from ground zero, we can count it below sea level as well. And so we have the negative integers. There are more problem solving questions for the array playlist in the description below. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and stay happy and keep coding. Thank you. Bye.